Sigil Magic and Subliminal Messages. The great advantage with Sigil Magic is that no particular belief system is needed to work with here. There are no entities to summon or deities to please. It works with your own thoughts. One. To make the most powerful sigil, write or draw the desired wish in a Sigil Magic symbolic form. This is done by writing the wish or power phrase, then removing all the double lettering and all the vowels. The sentence must be expressed in a positive intent and in capital letters only. The more elaborate the symbolism, which must be contained in overall simple shapes, and the more energy expended, the more powerful the sigil magic form becomes. 2. Now, to make the sigil even more powerful is to use them upright, then mirror the letters on the same side. This is not easy, but with practice it will become easy. The next thing required is to frame the desired sigil magic wish in a box, not necessarily a square cornered box. A box would be any controlled border that implies control and balance. Again, the more elaborate the frame, the more powerful the magic form becomes. The frame on the American money is littered with secret geometric design. For example, the front of the $1 bill took over 2 years to design. Make as many wishes and desires going down both sides of the page. In the middle of the page, for conscious viewing, write all the goals you wish to achieve within a year. Use 1 page, 2 pages, or 3. It's not an issue. Include a few cut-out pictures as well. The next step is to expend energy and to focus on the wish framed within the sigil form. In other words, create a mantra, an incantation, a meditation, or a prayer, which are all forms of hypnotic trance inducement. The greater the number of participants willing to participate or unwittingly manipulated to participate in this magic ritual, then the greater the power and effectiveness of the sigil magic ritual. Incantations projects the intent thought within a symbol, a sigil, numbers, alphabet, and any object they desire to charge. Now that the sigils are charged and running down the page, you will view these on a daily basis. I have been using this method for years with 100% success rate. I program the 12 months' desires and goals. Sometimes a few things don't happen and falls in the following year. But it works, trust me. I have won second prize Powerball of $58,000 and numerous smaller prizes of $2,000 to $4,000. In 2008, $100,000 came my way from a family member gift who was selling out and moving overseas unexpected. These days, I program spiritual goals and traveling desires and work on positive desires and achievements. I will let you in on another secret. The intelligence agencies in specialized fields use sigils to learn quickly, except they use it without the magic incantations. They use it in a straight line with all the vowels taken out. Why? Because it works. Sigils are all around us in advertising and logos. Why? Because it works. If it didn't work, they would stop using them. They also use shortened word abbreviations or acronyms. This is because the mind loves filling in the blanks, especially to word suggestions. So, why was this information so desired, so valuable, that some people made sure it only made it into the hands of the initiated? Because it made the people who used it powerful. This power, largely but not completely, became concentrated in the hands of a very few. The tools to set us free were being used against us. Now, let's supercharge the process even further by incorporating sigils in subliminals. This form is most powerful if it plays to the subconscious mind rather than to the conscious mind. This is achieved through subliminal messaging. The subconscious processes far greater and deeper all the information it gathers. The more elaborate the symbolism which must be contained in overall simple shapes and the more energy expended, the more powerful the sigil magic form becomes. Now, to create these sigils in a subliminal form is easy, but you need a subliminal software program. The best one on the market is PowerMind Subliminal. It's the first one in the world to use sigils and powerful archetype sigils in the program. All you need to do is the same process we showed you earlier in making the sigil. Then all you do is scan them into your computer and upload them. On the software, then tick the extra boxes. The software will automatically flash the sigils on your screen whilst you are working. It is recommended to tick full subliminal, with speed display every 400 millisecond and display for 10 millisecond with a contrast of 3%. The program also allows you to upload pictures and upload your own sigils using your own music in the background. Sigil archetypes are much harder to design and take longer to charge. The program has 5 archetypes already charged by a group of monks in Southeast Asia and are blessed with positive energy. So how does all this work? This so-called magic is really all quantum mechanics. A thought at a subatomic level has now attached itself with the sigil or object, be it positive or negative. Now the sigil is charged. The program also comes with 5 ebooks. One of them is the advanced course which shows you how to make a deal with atoms using incantations. How this works will be fully explained in Disclosure 15. If there was such a thing as a Satan, then this would be referred to as a satanic ritual. Remember, the word Satan has many meanings and references. One of them is knowledge or enlightenment, or coming to the light of the knowledge of the truth. The name Satan is also derived from the word Saturn. In actuality, it's just the way things are, not good or bad, but can be used deceitfully to mislead and manipulate. This is just the way energy flows and how it can be redirected. This is how everything was conjured up to form the 3D creation in the first place, and all these rituals succeed in doing is to rearrange thought patterns to create a new hypnotic illusion by manipulating light. Light is all that the so-called physical 3-dimensional creation actually is. We are a thought-creating being living in a thought universe. Thoughts become things. Everything around us was created from thought, and which, in its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. Thought, in thinking substance, produces shapes. A person can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. Thoughts brings the energy into an existence at a subatomic level, and slowly becomes part of the holodeck that shapes this so-called reality, like holographic Lego building blocks. The thought can slowly turn into what is being created through free will, thought, and intent, through the universal mind. Light is the energy manifested in everything visible in the 3-dimensional realm.